Now on Good Morning Northwest, a peaceful march for Israeli hostages turns violent in Boulder, Colorado, when a suspect attacks demonstrators with a makeshift flamethrower. The community is shaken and victims are recovering. We have the details.
And you can let the sun shine in this week. We're tracking some summer-like weather in your first alert forecast.
And we have some good news here on Good Morning Northwest on the Hatway fire burning northeast of Lewiston. An update on containment and evacuation orders. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, June 2nd. Robin has the morning off. Let's start things off today with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast coming off a beautiful weekend.
It was a beautiful weekend. Of course, those winds on Saturday helped fueling some of those wildfires that broke out around the region this weekend. So certainly something we got to start keeping an eye on now, especially with the forecast. It is beautiful, but it is pretty dry as well. 52 degrees right now in Spokane, not a cloud in the sky. We are going to cloud up a little bit later this morning as we get some high cloud cover that drops down out of Canada. But by and large, we are going to see more sun than not. And, well, rain. It's not happening. Temperatures will be in the 60s as we head towards 10 o'clock after our morning in the 50s. There are those clouds over in the Seattle area and as you head up north into BC. And so especially across central Washington state, we'll see some of that fair weather cirrus move over later this morning. Our highs for this afternoon, we were in the upper 60s, low 70s after that cold front brought those winds on Saturday. That was Sunday. The temperature is a little bit more pleasant than Saturday, at least in my opinion. But we will start to warm up here today. Just a couple of degrees. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene about 72. We'll see upper 60s of the Palouse, and in some of our more sheltered valleys in North Idaho, like the Silver Valley, we'll see upper 70s and the bright sunshine in places like Moses Lake and Omak. So sun and more sun. 4 things you got to know about your weather. We have warmer temperatures each and every day, and we will eventually get up into the 80s. We'll show you how that plays out and how long they could be sticking around coming up.
Matt, thanks. Well, we're keeping an eye on a few fires that are burning here in our area, including one northeast of Lewiston. The Hatway fire grew to at least 250 acres last night. It's about half a square mile, but we're now learning that the crews have contained it 75%. Now, these are some pictures of the scene taken on Saturday. All evacuation orders have now been lifted. Right now, 40 to 50 fire personnel are on the scene here. Idaho Department of Lands is being assisted by the U.S. Forest Service as well as rural fire districts there. They are working to get ahead of potential problems from the wind. And some campers evacuated their campsites just outside of Quincy early Sunday morning to stay safe from wildfire danger. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the Ancient Lakes Recreation Area is closed while fire crews finished putting out a 200-acre wildfire. Around 3 a.m., crews had stopped the fire's progression at about 200 acres. As of yesterday, the recreation area was closed as firefighters continue to mop up those hot spots within the containment lines.
We are following breaking news out of Boulder, Colorado this morning, where a peace march turned violent. A man is now in custody after allegedly attacking a group of people at a pro-Israel event. Take a look. This is 45-year-old Mohammed Solomon. You can see him holding what appears to be a homemade flamethrower. Police say he used it to spray fire into the crowd, and while doing it, witnesses say he was shouting "Free Palestine." Now, this was supposed to be a peaceful march, which was all about raising awareness for Israeli hostages still being held by Hamas since the October 7th attacks. But that calm moment didn't last long. Things quickly spiraled, and soon police cars were pulling up as chaos broke out.
It's very scary, and it's a huge shock. It's a big thing that, sadly we've experienced before, but it's really scary and it's really upsetting that it's happening in Boulder.
Several people were hurt, but right now authorities are calling this a targeted terror attack. Solomon is now behind bars, and he's being held on a $10 million bond. The Jewish community in Colorado released a statement overnight saying their hearts are with the victims and they're praying for a full recovery. We'll bring you new updates to this situation as we get them in. Reporting in the studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Prices are surging at major retailers like Walmart amid the court battle over President Trump's tariffs. And Trump is warning of economic ruin if the courts strike down his tariff policy. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
This morning, price increases at Walmart going viral online, despite President Trump pushing the pause button on some tariffs. people sharing photos of sharp price hikes. Business Insider highlighting this Jurassic World T-Rex toy, the price jumping from about $40 to $55. This doll now costing nearly $50, up from about $35 in March. And this fishing reel now costing nearly $84 compared to around $58 in April, a 45% jump. Walmart saying it will keep prices as low as it can for as long as it can. Other retailers like Target, Costco, and Best Buy feeling the pressure, warning they plan to hike prices in the coming weeks to offset tariffs.
Different companies are doing different things. They are making decisions based on their customers.
President Trump's economic advisors emphasized Sunday they're not concerned about the recent court order declaring many of the administration's tariffs illegal, a ruling an appeals court has put on hold for now. Trump yesterday posting, "If the courts somehow rule against us on tariffs, which is not expected, that would allow other countries to hold our nation hostage with their anti-American tariffs that they would use against us. This would mean the economic ruination of the United States of America." Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Trump has authorities to implement tariffs on China and other countries, even if the courts intervene.
Rest assured, tariffs are not going away.
The 90-day pause on implementing most tariffs is set to expire next month. Meanwhile, Trump late Friday announced a 50% tariff on imported steel, a move that could mean higher prices on everything from cars to canned drinks. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Well, there are only 2 days left to make sure that you can play in the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament this summer. Registration for Hoop Fest 2025 closes at midnight on June 4th. There are multiple different division options to register, including youth, high school, family, wheelchair, and so much more. Hoop Fest will take place June 28th and 29th and welcome thousands of players from around the world to face off in the streets of downtown Spokane. And this year, the Hoop Fest Fun will kick off with hundreds of people working to set a world record. Super fun. We've got more details on how to sign up all on KXLY.com. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:07. It's crazy to think Hoop Fest is coming up so quick.
I know. Well, it's crazy to think that it's the month of June. Last month kind of flew by, especially once we started warming up again. We're going to warm up again this week with more beautiful sunshine like we're seeing here in Cataldo this morning. A pretty good looking forecast coming up.
International aid efforts in Gaza turn violent. Dozens of people die when gunfire broke out at a food distribution site. We have the latest on the situation when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now's Get Outside Guide is brought to you by Click It RV.
I was in foot pain for 20 years. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. When I drove past the Good Feet store, I thought, I'm gonna stop in. What can it hurt? They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. And you just knew, like your feet just, when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the shop owner who knows your order by heart, and the mentors who leave a lasting impact. Here for singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and big comeback stories. Here for the long haul from Omak to Sandpoint to Baker City. Here for your family, your neighbors, for you. STCU. Here for good.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
The great outdoors is calling, and it's time to get out. Get there safely with Perfection and Toyo tires. Proudly made in the USA with long tread life and durability for unbeatable performance on the road or when there is no road at all. Backed with Perfection tires' great warranties, easy credit, and low pricing. Perfection Tire and Toyo tires are here for however you adventure. Nobody beats perfection.
The Book of Mormon is the best musical of this century. The 9-time Tony Award winner is genius, brilliant, phenomenal. The Book of Mormon is the funniest musical of all time. It's the gold standard for comedy that goes further than any other comedy in history. You won't believe how funny it is. You won't believe how much heart it has. And when it's over, you won't believe how much you'll want to see it again. The Book of Mormon, June 3rd through 7th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Welcome back. The time right now is 6:10, and here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Dozens of Palestinians died when gunfire erupted at a food distribution site in southern Gaza. Witnesses say they came under fire while trying to receive aid from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The Red Cross reports there are 179 hurt people at its nearby field hospital. That number includes 21 people who arrived there dead. Israel's military denies its troops fired at the site, but acknowledges that forces did fire towards people over a half-mile away. The Trump administration faces another legal setback in its plan to fire thousands of federal workers. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals ruled Friday night that the mass layoffs at more than a dozen agencies must remain on hold. The court says that Trump's executive order, quote, far exceeds the president's supervisory powers under the Constitution. Federal employee unions and local governments are challenging the February order in court right now. The case now heads towards a likely Supreme Court showdown. In Oregon, police are investigating after 11 people were injured in a stabbing at the Union Gospel Mission in downtown Salem Sunday. Right now, we don't know their condition. Police say they do have a suspect in custody, but right now we don't know their name.
And here's your 10-second takeaway as we start off our first full week of June. Sunny starts. The 80s are returning later this week as we get some summer-like warmth.
The Clarkston School District is launching its summer food program to ensure children don't go hungry during summer break. Starting on June 16th, any child ages 1 to 18 can receive free meals through the district's summer food service program. Meals are served weekday afternoons at 2 Clarkston sites and must be eaten on site. The program runs through August 15th. Now, no meals are served on weekends or holidays like Juneteenth or the 4th of July. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:12. The potato pile is back. A local Hutterite colony is once again turning mountains of potatoes into gifts for the community, where you can still steal some spuds. That's next. And we're taking a live look at your Monday morning at the Spokane River. A gorgeous start to your day. Thanks for waking up with us here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you right after the break.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
Gold Seal Plumbing is the only local company to offer the light ray pipelining system, which allows us to repair your pipes without digging any holes and can be done in less than a day. Our factory certified technicians use a high-speed chain cleaner that grinds away obstruction. Then our no-dig system pushes the liner down the pipe, and within minutes, the liner is hardened, making a seamless and durable pipe that will last decades. To see the full video, go to goldsealplumbing.com/trenchless and call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
I've always been an active person. Yoga is a big part of who I am. I love how it makes me feel. But not long ago, I felt I had to hang up this old yoga mat. You see, I have symptomatic obstructive HCM, which left me so short of breath. I felt like a bystander in my own life. So I talked to my cardiologist, and he prescribed Camzyos. He said it works by targeting what's causing my obstructive HCM.
Camzyos is used to treat adults with symptomatic obstructive HCM. Camzyos may improve your symptoms and ability to be active. Camzyos may cause serious side effects, including heart failure that can lead to death, a risk that's increased with a serious infection, irregular heartbeat, or with certain other medicines. Do not stop, start, or change medicines or dose without telling your doctor. You must have echocardiograms before and during treatment. Seek help if you have new or worsening heart failure symptoms. Camzyos is only available through a restricted program. Before taking Camzyos, tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and current or planned pregnancy.
With Camzyos reducing my symptoms, I've gone from sitting on the sidelines to being back in the game.
My name is Stephanie, and this is my Camzyos moment.
Call your cardiologist today and see if a Camzyos moment may be in your future too.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of the Month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
When you get into a car accident, you may be wondering if you need a lawyer.
Well, if you were injured and it wasn't your fault, you should probably talk to an attorney.
Call Russell & Hill. The advice is free.
Our team will review your case at no charge and let you know how best to proceed.
And if you decide you do need a lawyer,
remember, we win your case or it's free.
Russell & Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 5:16. It looks like we have a new set of mountains here in the Inland Northwest. Potato Mountain. What you're looking at right now is some spuds, and if you're looking to stock up, now's the time to head out near Highway 2 between Airway Heights and Reardon. You can see the local Hutterite community putting their extra spuds to some good use there. Now, you'll remember they did this last year when their main buyer didn't take the whole crop. They offered them up to the community, giving away nearly 500,000 pounds. They said they'd rather see those potatoes end up on local dinner tables than let them go to waste. And this year, they've done it again. Our Hunter Bershon takes us to the potato stacks, where one couple celebrated a big milestone in their marriage.
It's generous. It's very generous of the Hutterite community to do this.
In Spokane County's West Plains, sometimes the simplest gifts create the grandest memories. Here amidst the fields, there's a spud spectacle like no other.
I don't think too many people ever expect to be on a mountain of potatoes.
Mountains of potatoes towering higher than cars, occasionally sending spuds tumbling down in a potato avalanche. But what really stands out isn't just the sheer size, it's the spirit of giving.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
That's exactly what the local Hutterite colony is doing, sharing their unsold potatoes with the community, turning what could have been waste into a gift of togetherness. For John and Barbara Ballister, these mountains of spuds are more than just food. They're the backdrop to a love story 6 decades in the making, celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary hand in hand.
60 years with this little lady. We tell everybody we've been married 120 years. Sometimes it feels like it.
Digging high and low, they're picking out the best potatoes for their meals together.
I think we're pretty simple. We do a lot of mashed potatoes with veggies. We try to eat right.
But it's not just about themselves. The Ballisters' car is filled to the brim, not just for their own table, but for neighbors and friends too.
Yeah, I asked 3 or 4 neighbors this morning, would you like some? And they said, well, what are you doing? And I told them, oh yeah, we'll take a bag.
At 82 years young, John says days like these remind you to slow down, to savor every starchy moment, and to cherish the people you're sharing it with.
Anything we do now is a celebration, you know?
I'm Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Lots of memories created there, I'm sure. I just love everyone climbing through the mountains of potatoes.
I'd be out there with a shovel, man.
Yeah, right. Load them up. Well, here is a live look this morning at our gorgeous Spokane River. It's flowing and roaring out there this morning. Just a great start to our day.
Yeah, really, just a beautiful start to the day. If you're waking up, you're seeing the sunshine this morning. Of course, some of us get up a little bit earlier. Some of us don't see the sun when we get up, like you and I.
Like you and I.
We get up pretty early. Well, this is what I saw when I stepped out the door this morning.
Oh, my gosh, Matt.
Oh, my goodness. I was so, been kind of monitoring the aurora activity over the course of the weekend, and I was kind of afraid because it showed up early that we wouldn't have much of an opportunity going into Sunday night and here into early Monday to see it. But I mean, you could have been standing in the middle of the pavilion and seen this. That's how bright it was at about 3 a.m. So, you know what? Sometimes, folks, it's better to be lucky than good, especially when you're aurora chasing. But I figured I'd take this opportunity to talk about why we see the colors that we see with the aurora. You saw some greens and then some violets on top of that. So it's all about these particles from these solar storms. They're highly energetic. And when you get these storms, they get down past a lot of the Earth's magnetic field and start to hit the upper layers of our atmosphere. And so each layer, once you get up there, there has different concentration of oxygen or nitrogen. Those are the primary elements, or the primary, that make up our atmosphere here. And so when it's primarily interacting with oxygen, those solar particles there, you get that red and the green. You see those violets. Sometimes you can see a little bit of blue or some mixing of colors, what is mostly mixing with nitrogen. So, hey, pretty cool stuff, right? And we've seen a lot of wonderful Northern Lights displays thanks to the solar cycle being at its peak over the last year or so. That was another one tonight. And you know what? Might have a little bit of an opportunity to see right low on the horizon still some activity as we continue to kind of see the after effects of that big storm that came in on Saturday. Temperatures tonight, in middle and upper 40s, not bad. See some 30s around places like Colville, and our skies will be mostly clear. So, hey, if you saw the aurora over the weekend, or you've got some other cool stuff that you're watching now that people are getting outside, share your weather photos with us. Open KXLY weather app. You can share from your camera roll, or you can send an email. We'll put you on the air here on Good Morning Northwest. Here is your forecast for today. Temperatures in the 50s, getting up into the 60s pretty quickly. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're in the 70s by 2 or 3 o'clock, and that is where we stay for the afternoon with a very light wind. Here's your 7-day outlook. We're going to be getting warmer and warmer each day. A little breezy and a little cloudier on Friday, but I'm not expecting anything in the way of notable rainfall. And we've got 80s, and it's feeling like summer next weekend. So, you know, maybe sitting out by the pool again, Natalie, like you did the other week when we got back up into the 80s.
It might be on the agenda for this week. I know a lot of kids getting out of school this week too. It's their last week of school.
Oh man, what a perfect way to kick off
usher in the
summer break.
summer. I know, looks great.
Awesome.
Thanks, Matt. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:21. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers will go head-to-head in this year's NBA Finals, and we got two former Gonzaga teammates duking it out against each other on one of the biggest sports stages. We'll have that and more coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey friends, it's Chanel. If you haven't been to Sip and Save Wednesdays at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, you're missing out. Join us from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a weekly wine feature at half price, plus chef-inspired appetizers, including our signature charcuterie board, only available on Wednesdays. And on select dates, you could even win exclusive Sun Club merch. We hope to see you Wednesdays. Find the details at MrQuad.com.
Life moves pretty fast. Work, kids, responsibilities. Where do you find time for you? At Move Fitness, we make it easy. For about $1 a day, you can build a routine that fits your busy life. With flexible hours, expert trainers, and a supportive community, getting started is easier than ever. So why wait? Make time for you for about $1 a day and discover what Move can do for you.
Join the movement.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve. Don't let big insurance get ahead of you.
Our team acts quickly to handle everything for you.
After my recent accident, I knew I needed help. So I called Craig Swap and Associates. They really fought for me and treated me fairly every step of the way.
Don't wait. Call Craig Swap and Associates today and let us handle it for you. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
For your home and your range, Bad Boy Mowers will tame any terrain.
Give me a home.
Designed with advanced engineering and fueled by power that's second to none.
And the skies are not black all day. Home on the range.
Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
Folks,
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Sydney Berger. The Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder are facing off in this year's NBA Finals. They're two teams that are pretty far away from the Inland Northwest, but this matchup actually has some local ties with former Gonzaga players. OKC's Chet Holmgren and Indiana's Andrew Nembhard, each in their team's starting lineups, makes Gonzaga the only school with a starter on each team in the finals. The two played together during the 2021-22 season, where the Zags went 28-4 and ended their NCAA championship run in the Sweet 16. Now they're playing for an NBA title. The Pacers and the Thunder each looking for their first championship in franchise history. You can watch the NBA Finals right here on KXLY. Game 1 is in Oklahoma City, and the series begins Thursday at 5:30. The series win was up for grabs in the Sunday finale for the Mariners and the Twins. Seattle is teetering back and forth for first place in the division, and a win helps them extend their lead in the AL West. There wasn't much action until the 7th inning, but a Cal Raleigh at bat would change that. It's out of the park towards right field, and with that home run, Raleigh has 23 on the year. That's the most in the MLB, and he's having one of the best seasons so far for a catcher in league history. So the big dumper is a pretty big deal right now. It's 1-0 here in the 7th inning. The Twins are going to get to tie it up in the 9th. That's Andres Munoz on the mound. He's one of the M's best relievers, but he gives up a run here with that sac fly. So now it's tied 1-1, up to Randy Arozarena coming in at the bottom of the 9th. All they need is that base hit. That is exactly what they get. Arozarena earns the walk-off for Seattle. The final score, 2-1 from T-Mobile Park. The Mariners win the series, taking 2 of 3 games. They get to stay home and host the Baltimore Orioles for a series starting on Tuesday. That'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Go M's go. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:26. 2 people are in the hospital today after a small plane crashed in a field outside of Lewiston. We have the Saturday morning emergency response details when we come back. Plus, one food program ends and another begins. How the new Scale House Market plans to keep fresh local food accessible year-round. That's after this break. And before we go to a break, here's the first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one of college sports' biggest athletes fighting back.
I fear that I'm being stalked, and I don't know what to do.
Former LSU gymnast and Sports Illustrated cover star Livy Dunn calling out the, quote, hostile behavior she says she faces from autograph seekers, saying the so-called graphers find her at airports with stacks of her photos or magazines, and if she doesn't stop to sign them, they chase her.
They will yell at me and, make a scene, and the people around me are scared.
Livy, not the only female athlete to complain about this. Gabby Thomas, Coco Gauff, and Simone Biles also speaking out, calling for change.
You can have people be pushy and ask for your autograph, and that's gone on since time immemorial. Where's the line then where it becomes organized and hostile and intimidation and harassment?
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on Livy Dunn speaking out. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. Friends Donuts and sandwich bread are 2 for $5. 28-ounce Gatorades are just 4 for $5. Home with a $5 lifetime membership. Bi-Mart since 1955.
In a world where life moves too fast, one place brings us back to what truly matters. Memories aren't made in traffic jams or office meetings. They're made out here, where the road leads to adventure and every mile is a story waiting to be told. At R&R RV, we don't just sell RVs. We fuel your journey with expert service and a passion for adventure. Because the best moments in life don't fit inside 4 walls.
Mamma Mia, the original record-breaking Broadway production returns. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts June 17th through 22nd. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this is the perfect time to join Move Fitness for almost $1 a day to get your body sculpted for the swimsuit season.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker, following some stories people are reading about online this morning. Check this out. Most of the Earth's gold lies trapped in the planet's molten core. But a new analysis of volcanic rocks in Hawaii suggests gold and other precious metals, such as platinum, are escaping into the mantle. Researchers saw traces of some rare silver gray metal that was likely more abundant in Earth's early building materials when the core was developed at about 4.5 billion years ago. As volcanic islands form, gold and other metals eventually make their way to the surface, and researchers say more will probably emerge in the Earth's crust if the metallic core is still leaking. Well, June is Pride Month, and there will be parades, festivals, and concerts to celebrate the LGBTQ+ community. The New York Pride Parade is, of course, among the largest and most well-known. About 2 million people attended in 2019. Pride Month started as a tribute to those who took part in the Stonewall riots. Pride Day itself is June 18th. And hey, look up. Just a few minutes ago, local astronaut Anne McClain, who is currently on the International Space Station, posted this photo on Twitter right above Spokane saying hello, good morning. So if you're about to head outside, look up, wave to Anne as we kick off our Monday. Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Monday, June 2nd. Robin has the morning off. We're going to start things off with meteorologist Matt Gray and a look at that first alert forecast kicking off our morning.
Yeah, I think we got to catch Anne on the next pass. She's probably halfway to Australia by now, the way things are going. Hey, live conditions right now, some fair weather clouds over Spokane. But hey, you know what that picture really illustrated is that it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day. And we're off to a great start this morning. 52 right now in Spokane, 48 in Coeur d'Alene. The skies are blue. Just once again, those few fair weather clouds. We'll see things cloud up a little bit more as we head into the late morning, but the sun will be in full force for the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 70s, so just a couple of degrees warmer than we were yesterday. Overall, it is looking like a great start to your Monday and a great start to the week overall. 4 things to know as we start off the first week of June. Sun and more sun for this week. We'll be getting slightly warmer each and every day without many signs of rain ahead in your forecast. We've got 80s for highs coming up pretty shortly. We'll show you how that plays out as we track those temperatures coming up.
We are following breaking news. Ukraine just pulled off a major hit. Officials say Ukrainian forces took out dozens of Russian jets at air bases just miles away from the attack. Now, they're calling this Operation Spiderweb, all because it hit airfields all across Russia. What we also know is that some of the hits were near the Arctic Circle, while others were actually closer to Japan than to Ukraine. Ukraine officials say they hit more than 40 aircrafts in total, and the damage could be as high as $7 billion. And get this, it's been reported that the drones were hidden inside wooden sheds on the back of trucks, then launched once they were in position. This all comes just as Russia and Ukraine are set to restart peace talks in Turkey today. But looking at the timing of this new attack, tensions are only heating up. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A small plane crashed early Saturday morning, just an hour and a half outside of Lewiston in Koski. Take a look here. Around 9:30 on Saturday, an ambulance and a Koski Fire Department were dispatched to a report of an aircraft crash in the field near Highway 13, just outside of South Koski. Now, the pilot, along with other passengers, were the only people on board there. They were both removed from the plane and taken to the hospital. A Spokane man died Saturday in a crash near Canal. WSP says 3 cars and 3 semi-trucks were involved in this crash, which happened on Highway 395 around 6:30 p.m. At one point, one of those semi-trucks crashed into another, leading to multiple crashes between trucks and cars. 29-year-old Andrew Thomas from Spokane was driving a van. He died at the scene. WSP says the cause of the crash was speeding. Local families are losing access to a vital program that brought farm fresh foods right to their tables. For the last 4 years, a local organization, 4 Roots, has been running a unique food distribution program that sources from local farmers and food producers to create boxes with fresh goods for families in need. However, the program was part of a state-funded pilot project that now ends on June 30th.
To see it go away, it's heartbreaking, it is, but it gives us sort of a little bit of that motivation to move into something that's a little bit more sustainable outside of those funding sources.
Now, the new Scale House Market hopes to provide that consistency. This is a new all-year-long market that 4 Roots will be running along with the Spokane Conservation District, giving farmers a place to sell and the community an opportunity to still buy those fresh goods year-round. And we have links to, if you can check out Scale House Market, their hours of operation. It's all up right now on KXLY.com. Good morning, Northwest time. Right now is 6:35. Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray, kicking off our Monday morning. Just not a bad sight anywhere in our region.
Yeah, Sandpoint behind us here. You know what weather this is, Natalie? This is realtor weather.
Oh, yes,
People going out to the open house. People going to make some deals with how nice everybody's feeling this week and this weekend, too. Your extended forecast, which includes a lot of sunshine coming up.
And get ready to laugh. The 9-time Tony Award-winning musical, The Book of Mormon, returns to Spokane this week. What you need to know and how you can still get tickets. That's coming up after the break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Welcome to Wonders of the World. Come feel the magic inside. Fascinating and powerful crystals from the dawn of time. Incredible natural wonders and prehistoric artifacts. And talk about magic, you should come to Fantasyland. Thousands of pieces of fabulous jewelry and literally millions of beads. Remarkable, astonishing, and whimsical. Come visit Wonders of the World. There's magic inside, and you can take some home.
You'll love Yachtly Crew, a 7-piece SoCal band who has started a nationwide yacht rock craze. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 3rd. George Thorogood and the Destroyers bring their roof-shaking rock party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Winter Music Nashville's multi-platinum star Gabby Barrett is an unstoppable force in country music and will be live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, August 14th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Huh, never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Cindy Parker. She manages the My Bag program, which provides everyday necessities for children whose families have abused or neglected them.
Cindy is a devoted volunteer, helping hundreds of children get the essentials they need as they transition into foster care.
I see the backpacks on the shelf ready to go, and it's very satisfying to know that we're here helping those kids.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival, presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians, returns to Pend Oreille County June 14th and 15th. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and food vendors from across the region, this event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Get your tickets to hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings and fieldwork both Saturday and Sunday. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:39. Wildfire season is almost here, with the peak being between July and August. Researchers are currently studying the long-term effects that fires have on our health. One of these researchers is Mike Kleeman, a professor at UC Davis, who uses equipment mounted to his truck to track air pollution and toxins like arsenic and lead.
Once I know from these measurements what the particles look like, what the pollution looks like, I can then put that into a model and predict where the pollution will go, who will be exposed to how much.
Now, it could be years until this research fully lets us understand the extent of wildfire exposure.
The best way to protect yourself, of course, is just to not be in the area.
And if you're told that you have to leave, it's recommended to have a go bag ready. According to the readyforwildfires.org, that go bag should include a 3-day supply of food and water, a change of clothes, as well as some important documents like your birth certificates or your passports. Now, we'll have an update on some fires that are burning in our area right now coming up in the morning sprint.
And hey, shout out to our firefighters. They are definitely exposed to smoke by far the most of anybody. So shout out to them and the work that they do. Sunny start to the month of June. We've got 80s back later this week. That's not going to help out fire issues. More coming up.
Well, the funniest show on Broadway is returning to Spokane this week. The Book of Mormon features 2 Mormon missionaries, hopeful to get a wonderful assignment for their 2-year mission, only to be sent to a less than desirable place. The 9-time Tony Award-winning musical was written by the creators of South Park. There are some crude humor jokes in here, but lead actor Craig Franke says it's a show with a tremendous amount of depth to it.
It really has the heart of a classic Broadway musical, just couched in some potty humor or some crude language. And if you're willing to stick around and really pay attention and think a little deeper, I think it really does have a great affirming message at the end.
The shows run Tuesday through Saturday this week, and tickets are still available. To snag yours and see the rest of our interview with Craig Franke with our very own Rob King, look for the story. It's up right now on KXLY.com. Fans of the show Stranger Things are getting excited about the upcoming 5th and final season, and we now know that the season will not be coming up all at once. Netflix is spreading out the release of the last 8 episodes over the holidays. The first batch streams around Thanksgiving, with then more episodes dropping on Christmas Day and then on New Year's Eve. The dark retro style series has been one of Netflix's most viewed shows, picking up 12 primetime Emmys so far. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:42. It was an unbelievable sight in northwestern Washington. 250 million bees let loose in Whatcom County. How it happened and how they're cleaning it all up when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When you get injured in a car accident, you're going to have to fight with a big insurance company
who make huge profits by paying out small settlements.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
So according to Mr. Washington, we deserve a little room upgrade.
That won't be necessary.
Okay, how about a second opinion from the other Mr. Washington?
Are you a Camus Rewards member?
Yeah. Why?
It's the only local players card that gives you the lowest possible rates on rooms and room upgrades, not to mention food and drinks throughout the property.
So I'm taking these back, right?
Membership matters with Camus Rewards, only at Northern Quest.
Lemonade, 50 cents. Time in the sun, 4 hours. Profit, $4.75. Why not make your money work as hard as you do? Get 3.5% APY with an Ascend checking account and let your hustle earn dividends. Visit p1fcu.org/earn to learn more.
Put some pep into it. This lemonade isn't gonna sell itself.
Is it time to update your living spaces? Don't overspend at the big box store. Come see us at Consign Furniture. We have the largest selection of like-new consignment furniture in Liberty Lake. No long wait times on couches to dining sets, rugs, and more. And our team will deliver today. Inventory moves fast. Check us out online or stop by today.
Consign Furniture. It's the easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors.
24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
When you get injured in a car accident, you're going to have to fight with a big insurance company.
Who make huge profits by paying out small settlements.
That's when you call Russell and Hill.
Call 800-LAW-0842.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mamma Mia. Tickets on sale at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:44. These pictures seem to be making quite the buzz on the internet. A semi-truck carrying 250 million bees crashed in North Whatcom County on Friday. Bees are often moved between farms to help pollinate crops, but these bees had a little bit of a bumpy ride. Take a look at this drone video here from Whatcom County. These boxes here held millions of bees, which then escaped when the truck rolled over. And if you're wondering what officials are doing about the millions of bees that are now swarming the area, Cairo's Monique Ming-Lavin has the details.
I was just pretty much completely covered in bees, and I didn't even get up right at the truck.
It is an effort to stop a swarm in Whatcom County after 70,000 pounds of honeybees were thrown onto Weidkamp Road near Linden.
The beekeepers are down there trying to collect the bees into new hives, as well as recover the hives that were damaged in the accident.
Now the area is buzzing with bees and workers looking to try and gather them all up. But in order to get it done, they had to bring in the experts. The plan, let the bees come to them.
You know, as we get through the warmer part of today and into tonight, they'll calm down a little bit more, be more likely to go back to their hives.
It's a plan that could take some time.
Still keeping the road closed for the rest of the night, and then hopefully get this reopened tomorrow morning.
While emergency management crews say there is no general health risk, they are advising anyone who's allergic to bees to avoid the area. And everyone else should keep a distance of about 200 yards because these guys are not afraid to sting.
We've had a number of the beekeepers, they've gotten stung as well as a couple of our deputies, but they're honeybees, so the sting isn't as severe as some other bees.
Experts say honeybees swarm when they're looking for a new home. And right now, these experts are hoping they can keep this swarm in the home they already have.
We're very mindful of the fact that bees are an endangered portion of our population here. We want to make sure that we're able to recover the bees in a way that is safe for them, safe for us, and that we can get as many of these bees collected back so they can get back to doing their work.
Important work indeed. Kind of a scary scene out there.
Yeah, a little bit. Too much.
Yeah, too many bees.
I like a few bees, maybe not a million bees.
Well, take a look at this right here. Our river is roaring this morning. Oh, take a live look at that. That is an awesome shot there by our photographer, Logan, getting all those beautiful views.
Some more warm weather. It is going to be roaring still. There's going to be a lot of the snow that's left up there is going to be melting pretty fast.
Time to go.
Pretty fast with the temperatures like this. So, hey, let's take a look outside this morning. And, oh, my goodness, what a beautiful start to our day. 52 sunrise was all the way back at 4:55. Sunset at 8:41 this evening. So we've got a beautiful day with hours and hours of sunshine. Just a few of those fair weather clouds that you just saw there. For our temperatures today, we'll be up into the low 70s. So just a degree or two above where we were yesterday, where we only hit about 70 degrees. We'll be in the upper 60s around Pullman and places like Kellogg. We'll see in the Columbia Basin, places like Grand Coulee, Ephrata, Moses Lake. We'll be in the upper 70s. We'll be in the upper 70s as well in the LC Valley, and low 70s as you work your way north towards places like Bonners Ferry. High pressure in control, and that means not a lot of cloud cover. It means the rain is staying away from us, and it also means, because it's not right over top of us, that we're going to see a gradual warm up as we head through the next few days. And that means tonight is another opportunity to see the northern lights. So we've had it's been very early in the mornings, like 2, 3 in the morning the last couple of nights, but we will have at least a small opportunity for some faint activity out in the horizon if you're a night owl or an early riser Probably not going to be as spectacular, though, as some of the photos that we have seen over the past couple of days. Your temperature trend, meanwhile, with this high pressure in control, will be gradually each and every day. We're going to be getting a little bit warmer. Our average is in the low 70s, so today, pretty average. We'll be about 10 degrees above average by the time we get to Thursday. We're just going to keep on trucking through the 80s with not a drop of rain heading into the weekend. I think maybe right along the U.S.-Canada border on Friday, we may get a little sprinkle. That is about it. And it looks like really for the whole first half of June, we're looking at drier than average conditions. This is all the way through June 12th. This is the forecast for the U.S. Climate Prediction Center. Look at this. We're talking about 50-60% chance of drier than average conditions over in western Washington and across the Central Basin here. And even through the very middle of the month, we still have, it's not that high, but still a better than average chance to see dry conditions. So it looks like we are going to get used to these dry days. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast and how long those 80s will be sticking around coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Matt, thanks. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for starting your morning with us here on Good Morning Northwest. Welcome to your Monday morning. We'll see you right after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by MJ. Tickets on sale at BroadwaySpokane.com.
If the name wasn't obvious enough, the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip basket is tossed in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. That means layers of flavor from the top, bottom, left, right, inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauce and Toss Chicken Strip Basket, available in honey barbecue or new buffalo. Hurry in and try them today, only at DQ.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
The swimsuit season has arrived, and that means extra time in the gym to look good this summer at Move Fitness.
Time to get it on.
From squats and lunges for the booty to curls for the girls, Move Fitness has the classes and machines to make this summer your best. And you can get it all for about $1 a day.
Time to get it on.
Move Fitness.
Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Monday in the morning sprint. It is shaping up to be a bright and mostly sunny afternoon. Meteorologist Matt Gray has a look at our forecast. And we have Hannah Joy live in studio today following some breaking news out of Boulder, Colorado. But first, we're keeping an eye on a few fires burning here in our area, including one northeast of Lewiston. The Hatway fire grew to 250 acres yesterday. It's about half a square mile. It's now 75% contained. Here are some pictures of the scene taken on Saturday. All evacuation orders have now been lifted at this point. Right now, 40 to 50 fire personnel are on the scene here. Idaho Department of Lands is being assisted by the U.S. Forest Service as well as rural fire districts there. They are working to get ahead of any potential problems from winds. Meanwhile, some campers evacuated their campsites just outside of Quincy early yesterday morning to stay safe from wildfire danger. According to the Grant County Sheriff's Office, the Ancient Lake Recreation Area is closed while crews finish putting out a 200-acre wildfire there. Crews stopped the fire's progression at 200 acres over the weekend. As of yesterday afternoon, the recreation area is still closed as firefighters continue to mop up any hot spots within the containment lines.
And the sun is shining on what is going to be a beautiful Monday around the inland Northwest. We're going to be slightly warmer than we were on Sunday. That's about it. Everything else is pretty much the same as we continue to see lots of sunshine. We'll see upper 60s through about 2 o'clock and then start to see those 70s begin to crop up here for the late afternoon and the early evening. Expecting just low 70s today with a few spots in the mid 70s. We'll keep warming up as we head through the week.
We are following breaking news out of Boulder, Colorado this morning where a peace march turned violent. A man is now in custody after allegedly attacking a group of people at a pro-Israel event. Now take a look. This is 45-year-old Muhammad Solomon. You can see him here holding what appears to be a homemade flamethrower. Police say he used it to spray fire into the crowd, and while doing it, witnesses say he was shouting "Free Palestine." Now this was supposed to be a peaceful march, which was all about raising awareness for the Israeli hostages still being held by Hamas since the October 7th attacks. But that calm moment didn't last long. Several people were hurt, and right now authorities are calling this a targeted terror attack. Solomon is behind bars and being held on a $10 million bond. For updates on this case, how the victim and their families are responding, tune in to Good Morning America.
A small plane crashed early Saturday morning, just an hour and a half outside of Lewiston in Koski. We'll take a look. Around 9:30 Saturday, an ambulance and a Koski Fire Department were dispatched to the report of an aircraft crash in a field near Highway 13, just south of Koski. Now, the pilot, along with one other passenger, were the only people on board here. They both were taken out of the plane and taken to the hospital. A Spokane man died Saturday in a crash near Connell. WSP says 3 cars and 3 semi-trucks were involved in this crash, which happened on Highway 395 around 6:30 p.m. At one point, one of those semi-trucks crashed into another. That then led to multiple crashes between trucks and cars. 29-year-old Andrew Thomas from Spokane was driving a van. He died at the scene. WSP said the cause of the crash was speeding. Local families are losing access to a vital program that brought farm fresh food to their tables. For the last 4 years, a local organization called 4 Roots has been running a unique food distribution program that sourced food from local farmers and food producers to create boxes with fresh goods for families in need. However, the program was part of a state-funded pilot project that ends now on June 30th. The Scale House Market hopes to provide that consistency. This is a new all-year market that 4 Roots will be running in conjunction with the Spokane Conservation District. We have hours and information on Scale House on our website. Clarkston School District is now launching its summer food program to ensure children don't go hungry during break. Starting on June 16th, any child ages 1 to 18 can receive free meals through the district's summer food service program. Meals are served weekday afternoons at 2 Clarkston sites and must be eaten on site. The program runs through August 15th. No meals are served on weekends or holidays like Juneteenth or the 4th of July. Well, there are only 2 days left for you to make sure you can play in the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament this summer. Registration for Hoop Fest 2025 closes at midnight on June 4th. Hoop Fest will take place on June 28th and 29th and welcome thousands of players from all across the world to face off in the streets of downtown Spokane. We are taking a live look this morning at the Spokane River. Just an absolutely gorgeous start to our day. We'll be back with a final check of our weather forecast with meteorologist Matt Gray. That's coming up right after this break.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve.
After my recent accident, I called Craig Swap & Associates. They treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, That's all.
Call the 9s, 509-999-9999.
The award-winning Spokane Valley Summer Theater celebrates its 10th anniversary season. Experience the wit of Gilbert and Sullivan in The Pirates of Penzance, June 20th through July 6th. Be enraptured by the timeless music of Rodgers and Hammerstein in the regional premiere of A Grand Night for Singing, July 11th through the 19th. And see the hit sensation Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, August 1st through 17th. Tickets on sale now at svsummertheater.com or at 509-368-7897.
You are looking live at the rushing Spokane River under the Monroe Street Bridge. That water is going to be cold this week as a lot of snow will be melting off into our rivers with temperatures like this getting above average and then kind of staying there as we head to the back end of the week and this weekend. Also with not a drop of rain in the forecast and what could be that way even long into next week. Good time to remind you to be wildfire aware as we head into what looks like a pretty dry month of June.
Well, thanks so much for kicking off your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you throughout the day on Good Morning America with live local updates. GMA starts right now.